SOFI update here on the 12th. So one of those days where they just push the stock down, pin it, walk it down. We finished near the low of the day. And this stock just can't catch any breaks. Obviously, the market was down. And you had a chance to buy the stock for probably the 100th time in the last year on dips. You could have added your position. Problem is, we're not getting a chance to really see very many gains yet. So again, I would recommend on this stock, I would definitely recommend having a swing position, and then you can have a long position as well. It would be really stupid, in my opinion, to have all your shares as a long position, because let's say we do go to $9, $9.50 after earnings, you have good earnings, and you're not hitting your long-term price point. I mean, you could sell some covered calls, but then you're risking the fact that if we go higher, you're underweight on you're underwater on your covered calls instead of just holding them. What's better, in my opinion, is having swing shares and selling those between $9 or $10, because at that point, you're feeling like you made some profit and the move higher was actually worth it. But if we come up here and you're long and it sells off again, you're just going to be really frustrated with the stock. So it's more about taking the frustration off of yourself when we finally do get a move, if it comes back again. But again, you got to have your long shares as well. Let's get into the chart. So I went over a few different scenarios last time. I think that this is more than likely a C wave here, just based on what this was right here. It looks like a B wave. I think this is a 5-wave move down. And I'll show you different possibilities here. 2 different possibilities for the C wave, where we're at in it. We did hold this demand zone. So based on that, we did hold the 20 DMA as well. We should be bouncing next week. Based on the overall market, we should be bouncing out of here. But I will give you 2 different ways of looking at this. I have to go down on the 1-minute time frame to show you that this is not crazy. So here's the first wave. So this is wave 1, wave 2, and then actually wave 1 of 3 is right here. And then wave 2 is over here. This is a B wave right here. So this whole thing is ABC. And then if we draw a parallel line here, you'll see that we just came outside that parallel line right here, and we hit the 1.61 fib almost exactly right there. So this is definitely a valid count. This would mean that we're in a 4th wave right now. So I would probably expect something up here early in the week, but then I would expect more downside. So it would look probably something like this. And then that would only be like the 3rd wave. And then we would bounce. So you get the point. 1, 2, 3, bounce. We'll probably come back down to $7 if this is the case, which is not actually that crazy if you're looking at the whole move, because the A wave ended here at 697. So this whole thing would just be ABC like that. This would still be a 1st wave. This would still be a 2nd wave as long as it holds 682. So that's the first way to look at it. We'd probably bounce early on Monday, but then we'd have more downside to about $7. And a lot of support there. We'd have another chance to buy the dip, because that's all we do with this stock is just buy the dip. The other possibility is this is a diagonal. This is a diagonal, because if you draw a parallel line from the top of wave 1 to B, you'll see we hit that pretty much exact. We're a little bit short of it, but pretty much exactly. A little bit lower. This could be the end of the C wave right here, and we go higher from here. We make the 3rd wave from here. This would be a running flat. So running flat just means a C leg only comes down a little bit shorter than the A leg. So those are the two different possibilities I see. I think it's a C wave either way at this point. I don't think it's a second wave like I went over. I don't think it's a nested wave. I think we're in a C leg. So we have earnings on the 27th. We're either going to come down here to $7 or we're going to bottom in this area and start going higher right away. I don't know which one's going to happen, but we did finish above the 20 DMA. It doesn't really matter to me because coming down here to $7, we know it's going to go higher after that. It's just a matter of whatever they want to do with the stock. They control it completely. So we'll see what happens early next week. Go over the standard deviations. We are now pretty much at -1 standard deviations. Here's the moving averages. We finished barely above, or did we not? We actually finished below the 20 DMA. I thought we finished above it. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I expect a bounce early on Monday morning, no matter what. And then I either expect more downside or we're going higher, depending on the overall market. If Iran is bluffing, the market should definitely bounce on that. And that should give us some relief. I'll give you the supply zone to the upside. Supply zone right here. You can see it pretty clearly. We're looking at first place would be 754 to 765. I'd be looking at if we bounce out of this. And then I'd be looking back up here at 780 to 789. Below, if we break below this, you're looking down here at the 722 to 710 area, which would make a lot of sense if this ended up being a 5-wave move. So this I showed you. And then we bounce out of that and then come down here lower to about $7. That's pretty much it for me. So $7 or we bottomed pretty much are the two options. I don't really see that much bullishness out of this. So we'll see, but we could have bottomed. Anyway, that's it for me. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I will keep you updated next week.